Hello, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. We're gonna get started soon. Thank you for joining. I hope the volume is okay. Hello, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hi Mari. I know it's late for you, so I appreciate you joining us at this hour. Thank you for the compliments. And Takeru, Yokoso. This has like a double meaning. Yokoso means welcome in Japanese, but it's also like a word pun because I'm a Yoko spirit fox, so I think that's gonna be my standard greeting. We do love our word puns. So this is like my default skin, my lounge, my home, as some might say. This is basically a bar where we can hang out. I'm actually the bartender, and the silhouettes you see there, that's you guys, that's supposed to represent chat. So, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, my name is Ginkgo, also known as the Silver Fox. Uh, I have debuted just a week ago and I plan to be like some kind of variety streamer. Oh, and before we begin, I suppose I should introduce the /drop command, during which you can drop as like one of these random little emojis, and the goal is to hit the target. But of course it's randomized, so you may not land there, but if you do, you get some points. It's just a cute and unique way to interact with the viewers. I actually saw it on another streamer's setup, so thought I would install it myself. Oh, Mari, are you gonna hit it? Looks promising. One more bounce and yay! 48.79, not bad, not bad. If anyone else wants to give a try, you can do a /drop. You can even add your own emote afterwards, and the idea is that whoever gets the best score will be displayed on screen. So yeah. Welcome, welcome. Good of you to join. So today I more or less just want to chill for a bit. It's gonna be more of a shorter stream. I usually don't stream at this hour, but I have some real life things to tend to in the afternoon, and yeah, I wanted to but I still wanted to stream because, you know, I'm new to this, and, you know, I want to get used to all of this streaming environment, and used to talking in front of people. And yeah, I think today I just want to talk about how my debut went, and how the other streams went throughout the week, you know, lessons I have learned. And also, before we actually begin, I see we have hit our current follower goal, and I should be updating that, so that's gonna be the first order of business. Thank you guys, by the way, for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see, start go, and it should be updating, and it's giving me a nice little shout out at the top. That's good, that's good. So yeah, slowly but surely. My goal is not to get necessarily to... Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mari. My goal is not necessarily to get like super famous or have a large number of followers or subscribers, but of course it would be nice to hit affiliate and later even partner. I plan to do this as a hobby right now, but you know, you never know. They say never. If things work out, I can see myself becoming even a full-time streamer. I talked about my goals, overall goals, last week actually, and I made some highlights for you to get a better understanding. But in short, my main goal is to build a community, to build bridges, so to speak, because, you know, I'm a very open-minded person, and I speak 5 languages. Well, I would say I speak 4 of them fluently. One of them I'm still learning, which is Japanese. And I plan to do like variety content, like have these free talks, which is gonna be in a format of like a host club. I bet you guys know what a host club is, or hostess club in some cases. I plan to do some gaming, some ASMR. I freaking love ASMR, and I've been listening to it for a while. So my main language, my native language is Hungarian. Sziasztok, örvendek, hogy találkoztunk. That was a taste of it. I also speak Romanian because I live there. salutare tuturor, neața bună, celor care mă ascultă dimineața. I also learned German in school. I'm a bit rusty with it, of course, because I don't use it very often. Aber Deutsch ist auch meine sozusagen vierte Sprache. Man sagt, dass ich genügend Wörter kenne, aber ich habe einen sehr starken Akzent. And yeah, Nihongo mo hanasemasu, demo mada jouzu de wa arimasen. Thank you for the compliment. I try my best. Like 4 of my languages are really just due to circumstances of where I was born and my upbringing, but the 5th one, Japanese, is out of passion because I love Japanese culture. And yeah, I plan to integrate this into my streams. Like, I didn't talk about this in my debut, but because yeah, the idea just came to me this week that I might want to do also some Duolingo streams where, you know, don't know if you guys know the site Duolingo. It's basically for learning foreign languages. You can select your language and you have a number of courses and you can practice all kinds of stuff. I want to do that actually next week. In fact, it's gonna be two of those next week. But before I go further, I just want to show off something real quick, because sometimes no matter how much you prepare, I'm sure the streamers in chat can relate, sometimes you forget things. I didn't show my reference sheet last week, and for those of you who are new and just tuning in, well, I guess this is a good opportunity to show it off. And hopefully I have set this up as properly. It's the first time I will be using a slideshow command in Streamlabs, so let's see how this goes. Alright, just gonna go edit mode real quick. Gonna make this visible, and yeah. Alright, so this is my reference sheet. As you can see, you have both of my poses as my... So I am a PNG tuber, obviously, and I have like an idle pose and a talking pose, and I also have like a true form, which is that of a fox, because I'm a yokai, yoko, kitsune, however you want to call it. I was created, so my VTuber artist, or VTuber mama, or mother as we like to call it, is Lady Crow. Gonna link her Twitter in chat. I'm also gonna show off some of her work. But first, let's take a closer look, shall we? Let's see if I can zoom in just a little bit so you can look respectfully, of course. So yeah, you can see here my face and my full body a bit more. It also shows off my handkerchief that's on in my pocket. I don't have any weapons on me because I'm a pacifist, but I do have a handkerchief, you know. You never know when it might come useful, wiping off your tears, sweat, dirt on your body, maybe some nosebleeds. But yeah, I like to be prepared. Yeah, we also have a bit of a decoration on our collar on the fur. It's not sure how visible it is. It's kind of need to zoom in a bit more. The pin on my fur coat, it's actually the kanji for silver and fox, so that's my name right there. Ginkgo is actually like an improper reading of it. Gin is silver and ko is like the reading for fox, even though the most common reading is kitsune. If I were to read it like in a dictionary, it would be Gingitsune, but yeah, that's way too long, and not too catchy, so I went with Ginkgo, and it's also a word pun because it sounds kind of like Ginkgo. Oh, let me hide my reference sheet a bit because we need to drop. I set it up so that it goes off every, what is it, 10 minutes or so. You know, not too disruptive, but, you know, have something for the viewers to do while I talk your ears off. Oh, I just barely missed it. But yeah, let me actually move this here. So yeah, if you guys want to keep on dropping, I will keep on showing the reference sheet. The other pin on the jacket, which is more towards the middle, let me see just how far I can zoom in, is actually the kanji for tamashi, which means soul. And yeah, I thought it would be, it's one of my favorite kanji symbols. It's one of the first I actually learned how to draw. Over here, of course, we have the color palette, the colors that my artist used to make the magic happen. And let's just zoom back out a bit. Not easy doing this in real time. So yeah, this is my true form, the fox form. You will see me slip into it in just a moment. The symbol that you see just above the leg is that of, well, it's half of the word for yokai. Hey, good morning, good morning. I'm not sure if it's Azaria right now or her husband speaking, but welcome, welcome. Nice to see you in chat. First time chatter too. I was just showing off my reference sheet because I forgot to do it last week, but we get to do it now. Nice, nice. Miața bună, mă bucur că ești alături de noi. So yeah, I wanted to show off for those who haven't seen it yet. It's also up on Twitter, of course, but yeah, this is me right here, and let's hope that I set this up properly because I set up actually a slideshow. There we go. Where am I from? This was actually shown last week too. So I was drawn by the lovely K_Chara, or Crow, or as I like to call her, Lady Crow. Go check her out on Twitter. Let me just do another shout out, why not? And on this next slide, I actually have some of her work demonstrated. She is very skilled. She is pretty busy right now with both school and commissions, but she does take commissions, and as you can see, she's very good at what she does. There is some artwork that I can't really show off here because you know, it's not safe for Twitch, but yeah, it's pretty lovely. You will actually see she actually posted something last night, and whoa, is it just me or is it getting hot in here? But yeah, I'll let you guys check that out for yourself. So yeah, just wanted to show that off real quick. So I wanted to more or less just talk about like the things that I've done last week since my debut. Have this be sort of like a weekly wrap up. Some of the mistakes that I've noticed and things that I can still do better, and you know, also plans for the future. But I figured, you know, rather than just you guys looking at some still images and listening to me talk. Maybe we make it more interesting, and I'll actually plan to go into Hearthstone, the game from Blizzard. Not sure if any of you are familiar with it. I do like card games, and I plan to play more and more on stream. And yeah, let's see. I'm starting it up right now. And we're gonna go to a different screen for that, of course. Just need to make sure I adjust the volume and everything. One of this actually brings me to one of the lessons that I learned, is that I don't think there's really a point on having like both BGM, like the one you are listening to right now, and game audio at the same time, because it's tough to balance both of them. You either hear one and don't hear the other, or you know, it's just a jumbled mess. So just gonna leave us with this chill music, although I might change the playlist to something more, maybe a little bit more upbeat. Let's see, I have a playlist called Gamer Lounge. Yeah, I think this would work. So let me just quickly transition to the other screen. Okay. And transition. There we go. Hello there. Welcome back. So, yeah, I figured while we talk, even if we don't play any games, you can watch me open some card packs, because everyone knows that there's a thing called streamer luck, right? Where you can like sometimes you try to get lucky in a game, like pull some good cards, or get some lucky pulls in your gacha games, and if you stream it, you seem to be getting luckier than if you were just playing it on your own. So yeah, I'm still getting, of course, used to the idea of doing, well, multitasking, playing game and talking at the same time, because you know, it's different from just playing a game on your own. You also gotta make sure you entertain and interact with the audience. So as you can see here, we actually have a number of packs saved up, and I also have like a guaranteed legendary, which we can look into later. So let's actually start with these packs. So this is the previous expansion. I actually accidentally bought some of these packs with my in-game currency. I wanted to buy the latest expansion, but I was a bit clumsy. But it's okay, I'm still missing some cards from this set. So there are some pretty cool animations when you open these packs, and you can like hover over them before you reveal them, and if it's blue then it means it's a rare card, which is like, you know, if it's nothing then it's common, if it's blue then it's rare, if it's purple then it's epic, and if you're really lucky it's orange, and that means you got a legendary card. So let's see just how lucky we can get. I actually played some Hearthstone on my debut, and I really did feel the streamer luck, because at some point I was reduced to 1 HP, and somehow I pulled back from it. Like I got a random card that basically saved my life. So let's see, for Quel'Thalas. So Hearthstone, for those of you who don't know, is based on the Warcraft universe. It's if you think about like Magic of Gathering, which is like the more popular game, then basically this is like the Blizzard version of it, because we have mana cost, we have like attack and health and all that kind of stuff, and the idea is basically the same, to reduce your opponent to 0 HP. Alright, so 2 rares in the first pack. There's a guaranteed rare or better in each pack, so pretty good start so far. Oh, an epic. And a rare. Good, good. Feeling that streamer luck already. Nice, Soul Steel. Destroy all their minions, gain 1. Oh, this I've played against this one before. It's pretty powerful and annoying, because Like you've set up a full board of 7 minions and then the Death Knight just plays this card and it's all gone. Oh, there we go. Okay, just a rare in this pack, but it's okay. There is some bad luck protection in the game, and you also, so the idea is that the game is trying to consider the cards that you are still missing from a set. So it's fairly generous. Like, of course, you can spend a bunch of real money on it, but you can build up some in-game currency and get some nice little packs for you and grow your collection. I see we have more and more viewers in chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Ginkgo, for those of you who don't know. I am a variety streamer. I had my debut recently, and today we're just chilling, having some free talk while I'm opening some card packs. I hope you guys are doing well. If you want to just lurk in chat, feel free to lurk. It's okay. I appreciate you tuning in, even if you have me in the background, or even if you're doing something else in the meantime. Alright. Okay, this is the last pack from the set. Some of these artworks are really good, I like them. So this is the latest set. I only have 3 of that, so let's leave that for the last. This is like the general standard pack. I actually got 3 of these because of a Twitch Prime promotion for free, so that's nice. Okay, harmonic hip hop. So this is from the latest set. The latest set is all concert and music based. Okay, deal 1 damage, swaps each turn. Nice, nice. Okay. What else do we have? Hope you're having a lovely morning, day, whatever time it is for you. Maybe enjoying some nice little tea like I am right now. Need to hydrate. It's always important. Though, so, you know, make sure I don't ruin my throat. Okay. No legendary yet, but there's still hope. Okay, we do have an epic though. Naga, if you cast 3 spells while holding, deal 3 damage to all enemies. So yeah, this is like a typical thing for the Naga cards where they gain benefits if they've been in your hand and you cast spells in the meantime, spells such as these. Alright. I hope the volume is okay, by the way. One of the lessons that I still need to learn is how to make sure I'm not too loud or not too soft. Especially if you have like background music or game music playing as well. Like during my stream on Monday, I actually forgot to unmute myself for the first couple of minutes. It was pretty embarrassing, but you know, it happens. We call it scuff in the streamer world, and you know, they say there's no good stream without a bit of scuff. All right, we have like 2 rares. Oh, it's a golden rare too, which it makes it, well, it makes it more animated and more shiny, basically. Freebird, okay. Pretty good pack. Let's see, next one. Oh, another golden card. It's common, but it's still golden, which is nice. Yeah, and it's also nice to see these achievement pop-ups for, you know, the collection. You know, something to cheer you up that you are making progress. We all love our achievements. Okay, nice. Arcanite Ripper. So this is actually like a pretty well-known weapon in the Warcraft universe, at least in the World of Warcraft. Like you have this guitar with a skull face on it and you use it like an axe. And it's actually a Death Knight card, and let me actually read it. Summon a 1/1 lifesteal 1 dead. Change your health on your turn while equipped to improve. So it's one of those cards that ramps up in your hand as you play other cards. Good, good. Okay, let's see. Oh, we have another... Ooh, mage weapon. Mages don't really have weapons, but I guess this is a special case because it has like 0 attack, so a mage can't actually attack with it, but it has like an effect while equipped. After you cast a spell, summon an elemental stats with the same, lose 1 durability. Okay, yeah, makes sense, makes sense. And last but not least, well, even if we don't get legendary from packs, I do have a random legendary waiting from the level up system, so I'm gonna check that out after this. So we have 2 more rares, it seems. Nice, nice. Choose a minion, spread its death rattle to adjacent minions. That should be fun. And the warrior card. Yeah, like I said, all of these sets are music based. And of course, like I said, this set is based off the Warcraft universe. I actually played some World of Warcraft on Thursday, I believe. And I plan to redo that some more next week. I do have a number of like series planned for World of Warcraft. I play it more casually these days, so don't expect any end game content like arenas or dungeons. Mostly just leveling, and I always will be leveling for a specific purpose. Currently I'm trying to level up my human character because the latest patch introduced a quest line where you can get a special story for humans only. Like, some of you probably play D&D in chat, and we all know, like, in a fantasy world, why would you pick human out of all the different races when you can be like an elf or dwarf or other magical creature? But you know, humans have their merits too. And look at me, I'm a yokai, I'm a spirit fox, and I still choose human as my main disguise. But I feel like I'm slowly but surely running out of energy to maintain this disguise, so I hope you don't mind if I... Oh! Slowly but surely shift back into my true form. There we go, much more comfortable. I plan to use my human form for most of the streams, but it's fun to bust out the old fox every now and then. Like, my name is actually has double meaning. I'm technically a silver fox that turns into a silver fox. I'm not that old, to be honest, but you know, well on my way. I do have some silver in my hair already. And no, I'm not a wolf. Some of you may confuse me for a wolf because of the coloring. You may be more used to foxes having the red color. And indeed, the red fox is the most widespread species in the world, but if you listen to my ASMR from Monday, I actually listed some fun facts and some subspecies of foxes among them. By the way, I do plan on making some more highlights, so I'm slowly but surely getting into a routine. Like, on Sundays, most of the time will probably not stream. It will be like a rest day for me, but I do plan on working on my streaming setup during those days. Like, for example, you know, make my schedule. Also, tomorrow I plan to set up more of my socials. Also, hopefully, I will be able to set up my Discord so that people have a place to hang out while I'm offline, and also have an alternate way to get notifications when I'm online. If you hit the follow button, of course, you will be notified whenever I go live through email. Let's see. Yeah, let's complete these achievements. And I also tweet whenever I go live. Like, I actually, to be honest, before I started watching streamers, I never really considered using Twitter, but I saw that that's a good way to stay up to date with all the happenings, like schedules mostly, but also live notifications, things that have been going on. You know, slowly but surely I'm getting used to tweeting myself. And as you can see, like, as part of like a free sort of currency level up system, you can gather XP, and if you get enough XP you level up, and at each level you get a little something. And there's like a free track, and there's, of course, you can pay real money to unlock which is the Tavern Pass, and then you unlock some more stuff. Of course, during the first few levels there's a lot of rewards. It gets more rare as we go on, but there's something at each level. And the nice thing is that at this level I got a random legendary. Legendaries being the most powerful cards. So I want, as you can see, I actually leveled way past that, but I wanted to save the opening of this random legendary for stream, because, you know, as I talked about earlier, the streamer luck, or Twitch luck as some people call it. So let's see, chat. What legendary are we going to get? Maybe I should put some more intense music for this. Let's see, to get some hype. No. I wonder what's this one. No, still very chill. Maybe I should switch the playlist. That ought to do the trick. No, not this one. Getting closer. Alright, I think I like this one. Let's just leave it at this for now. By the way, this is all copyright-free music from the Streamlabs music app. It's pretty nice. It takes a bit to set up, but it's also like a separate source, so I can have my desktop audio muted like I have right now, and still have like a separate background music source. And I don't have to worry about Twitch or YouTube giving me copyright strikes. By the way, I do plan on... Oh, we got a Kangor Dancing King. Disco based lifesteal. That will swap this with a minion from your hand and give it lifesteal. Oh, nice, nice. Excuse me for a moment, I had to cough. So yeah, this is one of those cards that seems to always come back, because if it dies, it actually replaces it. I don't know if it goes back to your hand and you can use it later, but yeah, sounds pretty useful. Lifesteal is where you can, as the name suggests, steal life from your opponent, like whenever you attack. So if I deal 3 damage to my opponent, I also get 3 life back. And of course, it scales, because if I can buff this card with some spells or other minion abilities, then, for example, if I have 10 attack, then if I deal 10 damage, I also get 10 life back. So let's don't think I'm going to be playing any actual games today, but you know, this is a way for me to show off the game as well. Last time when we played this game, I once I got my legendary, I made sure I built a deck around it. So let's see. So this deck is unfortunately no longer usable in the standard. So standard is like, for those of you who play Yu-Gi-Oh, like the TCG format, so to speak, TCG or OCG, depending on where you are, and the non-standard, the unlimited, is like the traditional format. Okay, so let's convert to standard. These are the cards that I won't be able to use anymore. Okay, no problem. Oh, I'm gonna miss that hero card. It's pretty good. Let's see what we can put in actually. Like, I made this deck, well, I suppose I wanted to take advantage of the whole mana thirst mechanic, which if we search... Should we search up some more? Okay, so mana thirst, if you hover over the cards, it will explain like what certain things do. Well, not while it's zoomed in. It's a bonus if you have X amount of mana crystals. So for example, it costs 1 mana. I could play this on my first turn when I have only 1 mana. But if I wait until turn 7 when I have 7 mana, I can again gain the bonus effect, which is pretty nice. So I get both to discover a dragon, so I add a new card to my hand and summon something to the field as well, all for the cost of 1 mana. And because of the lore, a lot of these mana thirst cards, or almost all of them, are based on blood elves because they have their hunger for magic. Like if you have, and if you guys played, for example, Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos, or better yet, Warcraft the Frozen Throne, that's where they introduced the Blood Elves, where they realized how addicted they were to magic when they lost access to their beloved Sunwell, which was like a nexus of power for them, but it got corrupted by the Lich King. Well, Arthas, not the Lich King directly. He wasn't Lich King at the time. Alright, so let's try to complete our deck. I believe I got some new cards. So let's see what we can do. So last time I pulled a Hunter Legendary, so I wanted to create a Hunter deck. So right now I wanted to build a Paladin deck for the Paladin Legendary. Let's see if I can somehow synergize this with other cards. Like, obviously it works well with cards that have like buffs in your hand. So for example, I bide my time, I summon this, it dies, and let's say I have a card that's like buffed to 10 attack. It now has lifesteal as well, so I gain a good advantage. Okay, so let's see, do I want to one cost minions? Don't really have those. I remember playing this game, not this game, sorry, the background music during my Warcraft stream, and I was pretty amused by the lyrics, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoy it too, and it's not too offensive. I think it has some vulgar words in it, but hey, you clicked on the mature warning when you got here, right? So you know what you're in for. Okay. Go friendly minion. Actually, this is not a bad card, because if I buff anything with lifesteal or like 2 mana, it's pretty efficient because my minion gets a buff and my hero gets +2 attack, so I can actually attack with the hero itself. Okay. It's not that useful. So I'm looking actually for some hand buff cards. Let's see. Discover a dragon. Discover a paladin card. Discover is pretty good because, of course, as you play more and more cards, for those of you who have played card games, you know that eventually, as you play your cards, you run out of them. You start with a lot of cards in your hand, but you only draw one each turn, usually at least, and you need to replenish your resources. So cards that allow you to draw more cards or generate more with this discover effect are very good. Okay, restore health, rush. Okay, let's see. What other cards would fit this deck well? So yeah, this is pretty good because the two combo well. This puts something on the bottom of my deck, and with Dredge I can search the bottom of my deck and put a card from it, the bottom 3 cards that is, and put one on top of my deck so I can draw it next turn. Okay. Oh, Hand of Adal, I missed this card. It used to be banned, but this is like a new expansion, new rotation, everything. There are less current sets available in the standard format. Okay, give a minion +3/+3, deal 3 damage to your hero. So this is pretty good. +3/+3 and Divine Shield, because that prevents 1 instance of damage on the minion, and because I have some lifesteal, I can actually regain that health. I don't need to worry that much, but let's look for some more appropriate cards. Let's see what else we have. Okay. No. Oh, they brought back Latraxion, so this is like... Oh, I accidentally put it in here, but this is pretty cool because those of you who are familiar with Dreadlords from the Warcraft universe, this is like one of those vampire demon creatures, but this one has been redeemed by the Holy Light, so that's why he's called Latraxion the Redeemed. He no longer has his horns, and as you can see, he's like glowing. And if I wanted to build like a deck based on these Silverhand recruits, I would automatically put him in there, but it's okay. This is also like pretty stable card, Tyrion Fordring. So it already has Divine Shield and Taunt, and if it dies I get a weapon, so it's pretty efficient. And like with Kangor, I can, while it's in my hand, I can also buff it with lifesteal, so I think it's pretty good. I wanna add this. And it's also golden, so it's extra shiny. Okay, I don't know if I want any paladin cards, but we can always... Let's look at the cards that have infuse, because those operate on the idea of getting some kind of benefit while they are in your hand. So... Speaking of Dreadlords, this is something that was actually revealed in one of the recent World of Warcraft expansions, Shadowlands. This is Sire Denatrius, the Lord of Dread, and he's like the progenitor of Dreadlords. And yeah, it's pretty obvious by his look. Even though he doesn't seem to have the wings, but maybe he can build some. So yeah, he also have Lifesteal, Endlessly Infuse. It's a pretty good late game card because it costs 10 mana, but even if you have it early, you can just let it sit in your hand and Endlessly Infuse, gain more and more buffs. And it already has Lifesteal, so maybe it's not for this deck, but let's see what else. So yeah, only in Hearthstone would you have Murloc that's also a vampire, Murlocula. By the way, if my accent sounds familiar for you guys, then that is because this is the standard vampire accent made popular by Bela Lugosi, who played Dracula. Blah. Yeah, I'm just messing with you. I like to exaggerate my accent, but I probably still sound like a vampire from time to time, even though I'm a fox. Okay, let's see. We only have spot for 2 more cards, and we actually need like some more late game cards, so what else could we put in here? Like, this is always good because even if you don't infuse Sylvanas, you can destroy an enemy minion. You know, it's always good when you have cards that do something the same turn they are played, because normally cards have to wait a turn to attack. So cards that have like effects, battle cries, bonuses they get on the field, buffs they can do, those are always welcome. Needed to hydrate. Well, I still have some tea left, but I really felt like I needed some water there. Also, chat, make sure you hydrate as well. Don't let your throat get dry, especially if you've been talking a lot. Okay, don't think we really need to focus much on infuse cards. But you know what? Since we have like only 1 spot left, and since legendary cards you can only have one of. Oh, I misspelled it. Whoops. You can only have one of them in your deck. Might as well make our last card a legendary. Okay, discover a legendary minion. Okay. We could actually add this one, and then even though our normally our deck can only contain 30 cards, if I add this one, it adds like a special modification where I can increase it to 40, and then I also start with more health. So this is ideal for the more slower decks out there. But yeah, Ziliax is pretty good. Oh, Overlord. Yeah, I think this... Like, if I'm going for hand buffs, right? If I want to wait until I play my minions, especially if I like generate new minions with cards like Estelor or Bronze Explorer or the Servant, I can buff them, and this is like a good way to do it. With the Rush, whenever it attacks, it gives +1/+1 to all minions in hand. So yeah, Rush, by the way, means that it can attack right away. So like I mentioned, normally when a minion is played, it can't attack, but if it has Rush, then it can attack enemy minions right away. And if it has Charge, it can even attack the opponent's face, as we call it. Like it can attack directly, but in the Hearthstone world we call it face. Me go face, that's like a meme. Okay, and yeah, looks like we finished our deck. Call it thirsty because, you know, because the mana thirst. But Like I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, I actually plan to make this a short stream because I have plans for today and, don't want to get too tired. And that's also one of the reasons why I stream this early. For EU, it's like early in the morning. For US, it's middle of the night, late afternoon for Asia region and Australia. So of course you can never have like an ideal viewership time for all of the world because time zones are a thing, but what I'm trying to say is that usually I probably stream later, so probably will be early mornings for US and late afternoon for people in the Europe region, but you'll see that actually tomorrow when I make my schedule and post it on Twitter. And one of the new things I actually learned from Twitch this week is that I noticed that a lot of people don't use like the built-in schedule. There's like a separate schedule tab under my name, and I can see why, because it's not the most optimal. Like, it's nice to have it front and center to see like when the next stream is, but at the same time it's catered towards people who have like a fixed schedule and stream the same thing every week. Like, I plan to be a variety streamer. I have like a different theme every day. And oh, I actually forgot to update the category because we are not chatting right now. We are playing some Hearthstone, and it's good to have like the proper category. There we go, updated. Hopefully it worked, because this is the first time I did it from Streamlabs and not directly on... Yeah, I think it worked. Nice, nice. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, yeah, so next week I probably will be streaming during later hours, so it will be easier for people in the EU to catch me, and maybe even people in the US. But even if you are just watching the VOD right now, the recorded video, that's all fine. I'm just happy to get my message out in the world, and it's also why I do these highlight videos usually on Sundays, so you can get some bite-sized content, as I like to say it, because my streams are usually running 2.5, 3 hours so far, and yeah, it's a lot to watch a recording of that length, so it's better to have like a couple of videos that are like maybe 5 to 10 minutes long. But I'm still learning, getting the hang of things, testing the water, as they say, and for this reason, I wanna try out all kinds of things and see what works best for me and my audience as well, of course. So let's see. We have opened our packs. We have completed our deck. I actually plan to wrap it up soon, but let's actually test out our new deck. Why not? Let's play at least one game, just to see like how well it performs, how well the synergy is. There is a rank up system. Like, this is more or less the competitive format, where you can rank up. The most powerful or luckiest players are in the legend rank. We are currently silver rank, which is, if you think about it, appropriate because I'm a silver fox. I usually don't rank up past gold, to be honest, because it gets harder and harder. You get more and more so-called meta decks, and I like to play for fun, to be honest. I don't play games to be like, as they call it, I'm not a sweaty gamer. I don't want to be the best of the best, but I don't want to lose all the time either. So, I just play whenever I feel like it, and oh, very appropriate. Paladin versus Death Knight. Okay. Let's see. I probably don't want to keep this because it's too early. These are pretty good. I can keep them for later if I want to, but I can also play them early. Okay, we actually got Astalor. It's ideal to play him at... let's see, discover a dragon. Yeah, let's actually play this so we use up our mana. And this way I can discover another dragon. Nice. Okay. Let me lower the BGM just a little bit so you guys can hear me better. I hope this volume is okay. And let me move just a little bit more over here. Okay. Alright, so at this point I think I actually wanna build up some board presence. Like if I go second I get a coin, so because I'm technically at a disadvantage, so let's see, what do I want to... Let's have a late game card for later. Okay, so right now I have a minion with taunt, that's what this whole shield icon represents. They can't attack me directly unless they remove it. Or so either attack into it or use a card effect to destroy it. Or return it to hand, or back to the deck. There are a lot of effects in the game. It has been out for a while. Okay, zombies with reborn. Okay, that's not too bad. Like, the reborn means it comes back with 1 health, so they have plenty of minions, but I don't think we need to worry about it too much right now. I could, however, silence. Well, I can't silence it unless I have 6 mana. So you know what? Actually, let's start dealing some damage. Gonna give this some attack and gonna give myself some attack as well. Let's put some pressure on the opponent, as we say. Okay, gonna play this next turn, I think. Okay, when it comes to Mana Thirst, I'm always tempted to like wait out and play it when I have higher mana, but that means of course it means I get a bigger benefit later, but sometimes I may need the benefit right away. So yeah. Oh, and looks like they are building their own board. Oh, they actually managed to get past my defenses, no problem. So this card is orange right now, which means I get my bonus effect. Not sure if it's worth playing it right now though. Let's just play this one because it has lifesteal anyway. And let's see. I already have some late game cards. We'll see if we can survive that late. Like, this is pretty awesome, but not very good for this deck. I think I'd rather just use this one so I can regain some health in emergency, and it also has some good stats. And I can play it next turn even. Like, sure, why not? Let's use our mana and regain a bit of health and keep on attacking the enemy hero. Let's see what they play next turn. For anyone who wants to do something while I play the game, I do have this cute little add-on for my stream called Drop, where you can randomly parachute down, and the idea is to hit the target point, but of course it's randomized where you start and where you land, so you never know. And I actually missed it. So you can hit slash drop and try to land there. Okay, so the opponent has quite a few minions right now. Need to be careful. But we can remove some, that's for sure. Let's see. So I can do this. Right. So let's Aster or Bloodsworn. Like legendary cards also usually have like a pretty good animation effect. So I dealt 2 damage, and with the Mana Thirst effect I added this one to my hand. Ideally I want to remove this one because it just keeps on summoning more and more minions. So let's do that with this card. Oh, and Streamlabs, the bot, decided to join in. Okay, gonna hit that, and let's just use our hero power to summon a 1/1 minion and turn. Okay. So yeah, you gotta be careful not to let the timer expire. You wanna make sure that you end your turn before the game decides to end it for you. But you know, sometimes you need to stop and think. Okay, so their hero power is also summon a 1/1 minion, but it has charge. Ooh, anti-magic shell. So I think it's a good thing that I saved up this one because I can now remove the buffs from it. Like normally I can't target it with spells or hero power, but I can still target it with minion effects. So I think that's actually what we're gonna do now. No better solution, to be honest, because yeah, I played this, but then next turn they might just kill it. So yeah, freeze and remove the buffs. Can do this. No point really playing it because I don't have any minion that can attack, so let's just pass for now. I know they nerfed this card. Like sometimes they go back and adjust the card stats or abilities because they realize it's too broken, too powerful, and I know that the Mana Thirst effect used to be at 7 mana before, and now it's at 8 mana. Okay, so their deck seems to be based on summoning a swarm of smaller minions and try to overwhelm you. Mine is like the opposite of it. Like it's more of a slow and build up your board kind of play. I think this is a good time to actually summon some taunt minions because you know they have to go through these and lose some minions in the process. Worn statue, living statue, pristine statue. Okay. Never actually looked at the names for these. Okay, so they will be able to actually clear my board and deal some damage to my face, but it's okay. We're still at 30 health, so I at least have the health advantage and I still have plenty of cards in my hand. And now you guys see the infuse effect going off. Like as soon as minions are killed and Sylvanas is in my hand, I slowly build up towards the infuse effect. Like, let's see, yeah, infuse 5, so now it's infuse 4, so that means 4 more minions need to die before I gain the full effect. I do need to remove some minions, but it will come at the cost of losing some. What would be the best way? I think I want to remove this one for sure. Yeah, let's go with this one. Like if it's gonna die, I might as well remove the one that's with 7 attack, right? And now I got one more infuse stack on Sylvanas, and I summoned the minion with Divine Shield and 5/3, and now I have something at the bottom of my deck as well. Hello, hello, I think we have some new viewers in chat. Hello lurkers, welcome, my name is Ginkgo, for those of you who don't know. I had my debut recently. I am a variety streamer. I play some games, but I also like to do some chatting and some ASMR. So tune in for my schedule tomorrow for next week. I usually stream on Mondays, Thursdays and Saturdays. And it's mostly in EU time. Okay, so it's not looking too good. Like, I can regain a lot of health, but I can't really do much against the minions. Like, if I play this, that will be my only play, and I don't know. I'm gonna do this for sure. But this is the time I need to do some math, because if I restore 14 health, I will be at 27. But they have 18, 28 damage next turn, so I definitely need to use some taunt here to survive. But even that may not be enough. Oh well, as they say, you win some, you lose some. We got to at least test out the deck and, you know, show off some of the effects. Okay, so more minions. Oh boy, they just keep getting... Yeah, I think we're gonna lose this one because they're gonna sacrifice 2 minions to remove my Tyrion Ford ring, but then they can finish me off with the other 2. Let's be a good sport and say well played. Oh well. There's like this cloud animation and, you know, you are seeing stars. For those of you who have never played this game, it's pretty funny, to be honest. Oh, and I actually lost the star, but I cannot go below this rank at least, so the ranking system is all the way until the end of the month, so I still have some opportunity to climb the ranks. Maybe I will play it some more off stream, but we'll see. Let's actually play one more game. Like, I'm not into this game to win, but I don't want to end it off with a loss either. So yeah, you'll see. 3 hours later, finally get a win. No, but really, I I can't stream for that long today. But one test is never enough, right? Like, this is something I learned back in school. You need to run the same test sometimes, multiple times, to get accurate results. Okay, so we actually have an opportunity for revenge. It's not the same player, I think, but it's still a Death Knight, so let's see if this goes better. Gonna keep this hand, because even if I don't play this at turn 6, freezing an enemy minion is pretty good. This is pretty good turn 3, and yeah, this is overall a very good card. Like, dealing 2 damage is not that important unless you like really want to remove it, so I think it's actually better to like play it on turn 2 and just get your new card out as soon as possible, which is actually what we're gonna do now. Like, even if I dealt 2 damage, that would have just been to their face or to this minion, in which case they would have just summoned a new one. So, oh, but I now gave them a target. Shoot. Oh, no problem. We at least have a... Ooh. Okay. So I have a taunt minion, or this one. I have some options. This has 4 health, so a bit harder to remove. They would either have to use both of their minions, or this minion and the weapon. Well, they can also summon the charge. Feel like I will start taking damage, so both discover me new cards, of course, but I think having lifesteal is more important right now than a taunt, and I feel like they're gonna attack into it anyway because they don't want me to start regaining health, so it's like I played the taunt anyway, so yeah. Like, this only had 2 attacks, so I wouldn't have been able to trade with that minion. Hmm. Okay, let's actually try to discover a paladin card. If I choose this one, I could play something right now, which would be actually ideal, because this is like a taunt minion that they still need to pass through, and but they can't trade with it efficiently, because like death rattle effects are of course effects that trigger when a minion dies. But if it only has one attack, it won't kill it and it won't trigger the death rattle. Okay, after draw a card. Oh, they're gonna be drawing some cards this turn, I feel. Yeah. It's kind of rough because they managed to both clear my board and get some effects, but we also getting some infused stacks on Sylvanas. Okay. Not doing so great so far, but I think it's best if I just play it. Even if I don't gain the armor, I need to put more board presence, so to speak. Like with this, if they leave it up, I can destroy this one next turn. And they can't really kill it with the weapon, and this one they would have to trade into it. They can actually get to a point though where they draw a bit too many cards. And you can only have like 10 cards in your hand, and if you have more than that, it will like overdraw and destroy the card. Okay. I think I'm starting to see the weakness of this deck. I need like more AoE, like more ways to deal with smaller boards, so to speak. But right now we are at turn 6, we have 6 mana, so some of our mana thirst effects go off. I think we wanna stop them from gaining more benefit. So I can't play all 3 of these, but I think I'm going to play this. Gonna play... what do I want to silence though? Because this buffs other undead, but this is more dangerous on its own. I think because it summons a 3/3 minion, so yeah. I think it's... like right now they have a more or less useless minion with 0 attack on the field. That takes up the board, so they can't trade with it. Ooh. Spend up to 5 corpses. So this is a unique mechanic for Death Knights, where they accumulate corpses and then they can use it with some cards to gain bonus effects. So each time one of their minions dies, they get a corpse. I think we should restore some health. Next turn we can actually play this one. If we wait to turn, maybe we can wait to turn 10, in which case we can deal double the damage, but depending on what kind of board they have, we may need to play it early. This is almost ready to take control of an opponent's minion. Let's see. Yeah, let's restore some health. That we're gonna do for sure. Let's do this as well. And yeah, unfortunately I can't kill this one this turn, but I can at least prevent him from summoning more cards. And let's trade into this, because then if they wanted to clear this card, then, you know, because I have the Divine Shield, it remains on the field, but this one dies. Oh, they had another one. But still, +1 attack is not as bad as +2 attack, so I think we did the right thing. I think I'm actually better off playing Astalor, the Flamebringer, next turn, because split between all enemies. So if I'm unlucky, because it's random, I may not actually clear the board, but Plagued Grain, yeah. You shuffle some cards into your deck. I think it's best if we actually wait for turn 10, because we have like a pretty decent play this turn as well. I can play Sylvanas, take control of their strongest minion. Kill this one so it stops buffing. And we can play this on an undead, and it discovers. Deal 5 damage, restore 5 health to your hero instead. Or give it Reborn. I feel like we need the health at this point, because we're getting kinda low. And we wanna have a chance to actually play this on turn 10, like these aggressive decks, aggro decks as they call them. The idea is that they bring you down as quickly as possible, so oftentimes you may lose before you get to your 10 mana crystals. Deal 5 damage, freeze all enemy minions. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, fortunately I can't... Like, I can put up a taunt, but I can't heal at the same time. I could heal for 6 plus 5, that's 11, 19. They have currently 7, 11, 12, 14, 15 because they have a ghoul with charge. So if I go back to 19, I can survive in theory, unless they have like a card that buffs it. I would be more comfortable, to be honest, to... Oh, actually, yeah. Let's have a taunt with Divine Shield, which means they have a hard time dealing with it. More health, why not? And we have another dragon with taunt, so more ways to protect ourselves. So hopefully we can survive, and then we will have our big swing turn, as we call it, in these games next turn. Okay, still alive. They have to sacrifice a lot of minions to get through my wall, and now I have a 5/3 weapon. I can attack 3 times for 5 damage, which... Ooh, and I still lose because... Yeah, they have exact lethal. Oh well, GG. Looks like paladins just have a disadvantage against Death Knights, but... Maybe I need to fine-tune my deck, but that's gonna be something for next time. I do plan on playing more Hearthstone in the future. Right now, I would say slowly but surely we are ready to wrap it up. Gonna go back to this screen. There we go. Excuse me, just need to make sure I have everything I need for the next screen. And transition. There we go. We are back at our lounge. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the chatters. Thank you for all the lurkers. As it is tradition with streamers, especially those who are just starting out like I am, we wanna support each other, so we're gonna do something called a raid, which means if you stick around for a few more minutes, I'm going to redirect you to a new stream. Feel free to give them some love, watch them if you want, follow them if you like them. But let me actually see, who should I raid? Jay Harper, he's like a dragon VTuber. Let's go to him. Gonna hit the raid channel button. Gonna select him. Gonna hit start raid. It's also customary to leave like a raid message, which is something I'm going to do once we are at their stream. Feel free to copy and paste it in their chat. I'm gonna hit the start raid button now and go to my ending screen. Thank you again so much for tuning in. Please feel free to check out my Twitter as well. It's all linked down below. I post my schedule there, and you can also see my next stream time there here on Twitch as well. Yeah, let's hit the start raid. There we go. So it's actually like a timer. It preps, and then I can hit raid now at any time. But yeah, let's go to our ending screen right now. Thank you guys, I appreciate you. Bye bye.